over the cold, wind-swept skies of the Baltic Sea. A silent vigil is kept, far below, the steel-gray water churns, indifferent to the high-stakes ballet unfolding miles above. Here, at the edge of NATO's eastern flank, fighter jets slice through the clouds, their engines a low hum against the vast emptiness. This is not a prelude to war, but a constant, daily reality. An alert sounds, and within minutes, armed aircraft are airborne, climbing steeply to meet an unidentified contact approaching Alliance airspace. The pilots are calm, their movements precise, executing a mission that has become routine yet remains critically important. This is the quiet front line of modern Europe, an operational theater where presence is power and readiness is the ultimate deterrent. The intercepts are professional, a carefully choreographed interaction governed by international law. But beneath the calm execution lies a serious purpose: to demonstrate resolve, to reassure allies, and to maintain the integrity of sovereign airspace. This raises a fundamental question. Why does NATO dedicate significant resources to continuously police the skies over the Baltic states? And what specific role do United States forces play in this vital, unending mission? The story of NATO's Baltic Air Policing mission begins in 2004, the year Estonia, Latvia, and Lithuania joined the North Atlantic Treaty Organization. Lacking the necessary air forces to patrol their own skies, these new members turned to the collective defense principle enshrined in the Alliance's founding treaty. The solution was a continuous, peacetime defensive mission, with fellow NATO members deploying fighter detachments on a rotational basis to air bases in the region. This isn't a temporary measure. It's a permanent commitment. From day one, the mission has operated around the clock, 365 days a year. Allied fighters stand ready to launch at a moment's notice to investigate any unknown aircraft nearing NATO airspace. These interceptions are not acts of aggression. They are a standard, controlled procedure to identify air traffic and ensure flight safety. The objective is to see, to shadow, and to signal presence, maintaining stability in a strategically sensitive area. The mission underscores a core tenet of the Alliance. An attack on one is an attack on all, and the defense of every member's airspace is a shared responsibility. To understand the necessity of this mission, one must look at a map. The Baltic region is a geographically constrained area, a narrow corridor of international airspace bordered by NATO members and Russia. The Baltic Sea itself is a vital maritime artery, bustling with commercial shipping and naval activity. This confined space creates a complex and crowded air environment. Military aircraft from multiple nations operate in close proximity, flying over international waters on routine training flights, transit routes, and patrols. This high density of traffic makes rapid, positive identification essential. Without a dedicated air policing presence, an unidentified aircraft could pose a risk to civilian air traffic or represent a potential violation of sovereign airspace. The mission serves as NATO's eyes and ears in the sky, providing clarity and situational awareness. It is a direct response to the strategic geography of the Alliance's eastern flank, ensuring that NATO has a clear and accurate picture of all air activity near its borders, preventing miscalculation and maintaining the security of this critical European crossroads. The operational tempo of Baltic Air Policing is demanding, centered on a state of readiness known as Quick Reaction Alert, or QRA. At designated air bases in Lithuania and Estonia, fully armed fighter jets and their pilots are on standby, 24/7. When a radar station, part of NATO's integrated air defense network, detects an aircraft that is not responding to air traffic control or transmitting a standard identification code, the alert is triggered. At the Combined Air Operations Center in Udem, Germany, controllers assess the situation and, if necessary, issue a scramble order. Within minutes, the QRA fighters are in the air. Their task is to fly towards the unidentified aircraft, a process called interception. Once they make visual contact, they identify the aircraft type and nationality. They may escort it as it transits through the area, ensuring it adheres to international flight rules and does not deviate towards NATO airspace. The entire process is professional and non-confrontational, designed to de-escalate, not provoke. It is a demonstration of control and vigilance, governed by established international norms. United States fighter squadrons are a key component of NATO's air power in Europe, contributing significantly to missions like Baltic Air Policing. The U.S. Air Force regularly deploys fighter units, such as F-15 SAF-16s and F-35S, to bases across the continent on a rotational basis. These deployments are not just about adding airframes. They are about integration. When U.S. fighters participate in the air policing mission, they operate under NATO's tactical command. An American pilot might be directed by a German controller, using data from a Danish radar, while flying alongside a Spanish jet. This deep interoperability is the cornerstone of the alliance's collective defense. Shared procedures, communication systems, and command structures allow forces from different nations to function as a single, cohesive unit. This seamless integration ensures that the combined strength of the alliance is far greater than the sum of its individual parts. The visible presence of U.S. aircraft flying alongside their European counterparts sends a powerful, unambiguous message of transatlantic unity and commitment, reassuring Eastern allies and demonstrating the credibility of NATO's security guarantees. The consistency of these rotational deployments is more important than the sheer number of aircraft, as it signals enduring resolve. While fighter jets police the skies, another layer of defense is firmly planted on the ground. U.S. Army units equipped with the Patriot air and missile defense system also deployed to Europe on a rotational basis. The Patriot is a purely defensive weapon, designed to protect against tactical ballistic missiles, cruise missiles, and advanced aircraft. Its role is not to project power, but to shield critical assets, such as airfields, command centers, and civilian population centers from attack. These ground-based systems are a vital complement to airborne fighters. They provide a persistent, protective bubble over key locations, freeing up fighter aircraft for more dynamic missions like patrols and intercepts. The deployment of Patriot batteries is a clear signal of defensive intent. By placing these systems in strategic locations, the U.S. and its allies enhance the resilience of their defense posture. They create a more complex challenge for any potential aggressor, raising the threshold for conflict. Like the air policing mission, the rotational presence of U.S. Patriot units serves both to deter and to reassure, contributing to stability across the European theater. The effectiveness of NATO's defense posture lies in its layered, integrated approach. Neither fighter patrols nor surface-to-air missile systems alone are sufficient. True security is achieved when these elements work together as a single, coordinated system. The architecture starts with a network of ground-based and airborne radar systems, providing early warning and a comprehensive picture of the airspace. If an unidentified aircraft is detected, the first response is often to scramble fighter jets for visual identification and escort. This is the flexible, outer layer of defense. Simultaneously, ground-based systems like the Patriot provide a robust inner layer of protection for high-value areas. This integration creates depth and redundancy. An adversary cannot simply overwhelm one component of the system. They must contend with a multifaceted, resilient defense network. This synergy between air and ground assets, coordinated across different services and allied nations, is what makes NATO's integrated air and missile defense so formidable. It is a system designed not to win a war, but to prevent one from ever starting by making the cost of aggression unacceptably high. So, what does this constant activity, the daily scrambles, the multinational deployments actually accomplish? The primary achievement is deterrence without escalation. By maintaining a routine, visible, and professional presence, NATO demonstrates its capability and resolve in a non-provocative manner. This transparency is crucial. The frequent, safe, and professional interactions between NATO and non-NATO military aircraft prevent misunderstandings and reduce the risk of an incident spiraling into a crisis. Every successful intercept that ends with a simple visual identification and a safe escort is a quiet victory for stability. It reinforces norms of international behavior and maintains the integrity of the airspace. This consistent presence reassures allied nations on the eastern flank that the alliance's security commitments are tangible and unwavering. It is not about asserting dominance or winning confrontations. It is about crisis prevention through the steady, predictable, and disciplined application of air power, ensuring that the skies over Europe remain safe and secure for all. Of course, maintaining this high level of readiness is not without its challenges. The operational tempo places significant demands on personnel and equipment. Aircraft require constant maintenance, and flight crews must sustain a high degree of training and alertness. The long-term sustainability of such a mission requires continuous investment and careful resource management from all participating nations. Furthermore, it's essential to recognize that air policing, while a critical military tool, is not a substitute for diplomacy or broader security policy. It is one element within a much larger framework of international relations, economic TS, and political dialogue. Air power can create a stable and secure environment, but it cannot solve underlying political disagreements. Understanding these limitations is key to appreciating the mission's true purpose: to provide a shield of security behind which other instruments of national and international power can work to foster long-term peace and stability. In the end, the story of NATO's presence in the Baltic is one of quiet strength. It is a testament to the power of integration over escalation and presence over provocation. The fighter jets that patrol these skies and the missile systems that stand guard on the ground are not instruments of war. They are symbols of a collective promise, a commitment to defend shared values and secure a common peace. Day after day, the mission continues, a steady and reassuring presence in a complex world. In the Baltic skies, security is not measured by the force applied, but by the stability maintained.